G'day everyone, Darkmessiah24 here with his first ever debut video here on Mangapursuit. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of manga here, but let me tell you a few things about myself first. I'm 21, I'm Australian, I read manga, I play video games, I watch anime, I watch movies, I go on the internet a lot. What more can I say? But if you know more about me, other things, want to talk to me, want to subscribe to me, check out my personal channel under the description box. But enough of that introductory chit chat, let's sit down and let's start with this video. So what manga have I been meaning to read? Well, I'm going to do this video in two parts. One, manga that I haven't bought, that I want to read, and manga that I have bought, but I haven't got to read yet. So let's get this started. So to start, manga that I need to read, but I haven't bought yet. The first one that comes to my mind is Cardcaptor Sakura. I actually do have the first volume, but to be fair, I want to get rid of that so I can get the omnibus instead, since it's a lot better in value that way. So what is it that attracts me about the manga? Well, basically because I grew up with the anime as a kid, and I know that sounds a bit sissy coming from me, but whatever. I still want to get it, I still want to read it, I hope I'll enjoy it, but I'm going to have to make that decision for myself once I get around to getting the omnibus. Now the next manga. The next one is Natsumi's Book of Friends, which I heard is a manga in the same vein as Mushishi, but with demons instead of blood-like organisms, and it's a bit more of a warm-hearted sort of feel rather than the organic feel that Mushishi has. I only read the first chapter of Mushishi at the moment, but hopefully get around to finishing it off, and I will mention it later in my video. But yeah, hopefully Natsumi's Book of Friends will be as good as I hope that people says it is. The next manga is kind of a no-brainer to me, and it's also coming in the mail sooner or later, but it is K-On! I think we all know what it is, but I want to see on how did this manga start off and become this instant moe phenomenon in Japan. And I did see the first season and I enjoyed it. The second season, not so much. The next one is a shoujo manga that has been kind of going on and off in my radar, but I still want to have a go at it. And that is Nana, which is a manga that I've heard great praise about, as well as the anime, as well as a live action movie, I believe, that's released in Japan. And I hope it lives up to the hype as everyone says it is, and because of the premise, it seemed a little bit interesting from what I've noticed, but I didn't go too deep about that, so yeah, can't say about that. But the next manga I want to talk about is Battle Angel Alicia, or whatever it is. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I remember seeing a few snippets of an OVA, I believe, when I was a young kid that my sister used to have recorded on video, and here there's the James Cameron movie coming out very soon, like after he's done with Avatar 2, that is. And I'm not too sure about it. I mean, I haven't heard too much about it, but I've heard great things about it, so give it a shot. See how it goes from there. And the last few before manga that I want to read that I haven't got, but I don't really have much to say about them, which are High School of the Dead, Full Metal Panic, Peepo and Princess Resurrection. So that's enough for the manga that I want to read but haven't got. But now it's time for the manga that I haven't read but I have bought, or manga that I have bought but haven't read. The first one is a bit of a no-brainer, as I did mention it earlier in this video, and that is Mushishi Volume 1. I read the first chapter of it at the moment, and I have watched the first 2 episodes of the anime that I rented on DVD via online. Seems very organic, seems very beautiful from what I've seen and what I've looked at it, and I'm a bit confused with the whole Mushi thing, and but hopefully when I continue on it gets a bit more better, and we'll see how it goes from there. The next one is a manga that I've heard so much praise about, so why not hell give it a chance? The Grey Man. Not too much to say about that. The next one is a manga that I've seen a few episodes of the anime, but I just still want to finish the anime off and then want to get around to reading the manga, and that is Gangster Girl. Very sad, but very mesmerizing on what I've seen, like the concepts, and yeah. The next one is Azumanga Daioh. I've seen the anime for this and I really enjoyed it, so I want to see on how the roots of this 4-panel manga series trace back to, and hope it'll be enjoyable as the anime, and from the same creator who did Yotsuba, and I've got that Yotsuba on my shelf and I've really been enjoying it so far. Next one on my list is I've seen a few episodes of the anime, enjoyed it, and I want to continue on with that, but I also want to shout out the manga for it as well, and that is Elemental Delay. It has some JRPG feel to it, and I hopefully get around to seeing it, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, especially from a personal friend of mine on myanimelist.net. Next one, Oh Boy. I've seen the original South Korean film and I really enjoyed it, so I want to see on where the inspiration came from, like how it all started up as, and this is where it all began, and hopefully get around to reading it. This is a recent purchase I got in the mail recently. Next one is my first manhwa, Black God. I've seen it came out as an anime called Kurokami, which I saw at a convention, or seen snippets of that at a convention of recently, well, a few months ago, earlier this year, sorry for my stutter. But it seemed pretty cool, so hopefully I get around to reading this, and yeah, not much else to say about that. The next one is from the creator of 20th Century Boys and Monster, Naoki Urasawa's Uso, which is the mature reinvention of Osamu Tezuka's Astro Boy. I got this because I heard a recommendation at Manifest last year at a panel, and I thought it was pretty interesting, so why not give it a shot. Next is a bit of a plethora of samurai manga, because I've been wanting to read and watch some good samurai action via anime or manga related. And the stuff I got here is Samurai Deepakyo, because Agathi Girl talked so much about this, seemed to love it a lot, so why the hell not. Rurouni Kenshin, this is the Big Beast edition, so it has the first 3 volumes in there. And another one I've heard great things about, Vagabond, which is the first 3 editions in there, and I did showcase this in my Armageddon video, so check out my description, my channel for that if you want to see it. Now let's go back to some of the single volumes. MP Saga Volume 1, I've seen snippets of the Takeshi Miike miniseries, and it looked pretty gory and such, but it looked pretty interesting at the same time. I've seen a few pages in this at a bookstore a few years ago, which I think I did get this from when I did work experience there, and yeah, it looked pretty interesting. It looked pretty eerie and such, like has something interesting going on, kind of this murder mystery feel to it, so hopefully get around to reading that. Genshigen. Seen the first episode of the anime, I'm kind of a bit on and off about it, but I've heard it's like the otaku manga of what it is, and well, one of the greatest otaku like mangas, and hopefully get around to getting around to reading this, and yeah, that's pretty much what I can say about that. Trigun Maximum, which I did finish the last 2 volumes of the original Trigun series, and it's a great read, but I still kind of prefer the anime over that, but hopefully this will be great as well. Well, great as the anime that is. Next up, Lady Snowblood, from the creator of Lone Wolf and Cub, who did the story for this, and of course we all know this turned into the movie, which was the inspiration for Quentin Tarantino to do Kill Bill, so can't wait to get around to reading this sooner or later, when I feel like it. Black Lagoon. I seen the anime earlier recently, and my god, it was crazy. I can definitely tell that right now, and I did do a final impressions video on that if you want to see it in my channel. And yeah, I've heard some mixed feelings about this, but hopefully that doesn't distract me from enjoying such a good action series. And last but not least is Higurashi. But this is not the first volume, however. This is actually the 3rd volume. This is actually the 2nd arc, the drifting arc. I kind of skimped out on the 1st volume by accident, because I thought this was the 1st volume because it had the 1 on there, but obviously not, because Higurashi, of course, as we all know, is in arcs, like 2 arcs. Well, basically, you get the idea. It's just 2 volume arcs, continues on the storyline, and yeah. So I really like the premise of this, Killer Moe, and I think everyone who has seen it probably knows it, but if you don't, I suggest checking it out. But that's all for this video, my first debut video here on Mangapursuit. I do have a few more on my shelf there, but they're not really that worth mentioning, so yeah, I'm sorry for this rocky steady video, and it does seem a bit unprepared here and there, but okay, I'm happy with it, and hopefully see you guys next time here on this channel, so take care and see you later.